So you don't save and invest because you could die tomorrow. Or you could live to be 90 years old and have to eat cat food because you didn't save for retirement. What's up? My name is Lamb, back at it again with another great video. On today's video, I am going to be talking about Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, and I'm going to be talking about the forgotten baby step. So please stay tuned, stick with me, and enjoy the video. So before I get into the video, I just want to please ask you to like, share, subscribe, keep showing love. If you like these videos, I keep making them. Just please comment. Anything you want me to do a video on, I'll do a video on. And I appreciate you for being here. So before I get into the baby steps, I just want to talk a little bit. Oftentimes I've heard coworkers, friends, family, people say, I spend my money because I could die tomorrow. I'm like, okay. So me personally, I don't live my life based off of those, this could happen or that could happen or whatever, just whatever the most likely scenario for your situation is. I mean, go based off of that. But I'm not going to operate in a space that I could die tomorrow. Yeah, I could, but people are living longer and longer. We got advanced medicine, advanced technology. I take care of my body. If you do the same, then that whole you could die tomorrow, car accident, random chance. I mean, if we all operated in a world where we plan for the most unlikely things, like our minds would be in so much distress, like our minds would, like, we would be so messed up, you know what I'm saying? So me personally, I don't plan my life around that, you know what I'm saying? And I just, I don't have a fear of death. That's what it is. That's really what it is, a fear of death. And that's the whole spirituality part of it. Like I said, you just can't improve in your finances. You gotta improve in your religion, health, all of that. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you ain't eating right and you ain't going to the gym, so yeah, you might be scared to death. If you ain't right with the Lord, yeah, you might be scared to death. If you don't know what happened when we die, if you don't know what happened, then yeah, you're gonna be scared to death. I'm not scared of death, So I'm fully I'm happy with my life, you know what I'm saying? Despite me saving, despite investing, despite I didn't buy all the stuff that I could, because I got memories and I got more than just materialistic stuff out of this world. So it's very contradictory what some people say. If all of your stuff that you want to do in life revolve around, the materialistics, you might want to rethink. So I just say save some of that money, plan for tomorrow, so that way you can, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Nah, man, I want that money to last a long time. 50, 60 years old, or 60-year-olds, they don't slow down. They do the same stuff that 30 and 40-year-olds want to do. They go on cruises and trips and stuff like that, and you probably gonna want to do that too. They go to the casino, they throw parties, they have fun. So this idea that I'm gonna have fun while I'm 20, 30, and 40, but when I'm 50, I'm just gonna sit on the couch and die, like, I don't know, man. That just don't sound right to me. So I just wanted to start the video by saying that. So let's get into the baby steps. Dave Ramsey is this millionaire dude who lost a whole bunch of money, and then he made his money back by doing a radio show, and real estate and stuff like that. So he developed this plan to get people out of debt, live a debt-free lifestyle, and be financially independent, right? So that's what this program is designed to do, and Dave Ramsey does not believe in debt at all. At all. The only time he gives you exceptions for debt, if you ask for his advice, is a mortgage, and he wants you on a 15-year fix. But other than that, he does not do that himself personally, and he does not recommend that for college, for nothing. So these are his baby steps. Baby step 1 is, let me back up. Before we get this baby step 1, the unforgotten baby step is to get current. So if you're behind on any of your bills, the light bill, the water bill, stuff like that, if you're behind on any type of bills, then get current, because your 4 walls have to be first. You got to get your car fixed, transportation, anything like that. So yeah, get that straight first. Then baby step 1 is to save up $1,000 emergency fund. Baby step 2 is to get out of consumer debt. So I know what you're probably thinking. You want me to save up $1,000, only have $1,000, and then pay off debt? I need more than $1,000 emergency fund. What if I have a $2,000 emergency fund, a $10,000 emergency, and I only have a $1,000 emergency fund? So he said what he found out is that people were going to the program, and at first he was just telling people to pay off debt. But then what would happen is, or to get out of consumer debt, what would happen is they have like a minor emergency where you got a flat tire, and boy, you got to pay to get that fixed. An unexpected hospital bill, then you got to pay for that. And then then the car needs to be fixed, and you gotta pay for that. So it was just like little small stuff. So he said he found out that you don't really have those major emergencies. You have those major emergencies maybe like once every 10 years on average. So you could go 10 years plus without having a $10,000 emergency. But what you do have is those small little inconveniences or those emergencies that you do need $1,000. The reason that it is $1,000, he says, is no significant special thing about 1,000. It could easily be 2,000 or 3,000, but $1,000 gets you in gear to get out of debt. It's supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be a scary feeling that, hey, I only have $1,000 in my bank account, so I need to hurry up and get out of debt so that way I can stack up even more bread, so that way I can have more of an emergency fund, right? Or on the flip side, if you've never even had $1,000 in savings, you like, oh man, that's a lot of money. So either way you look at it, that's where he got that $1,000 emergency fund. First, you do your 4 walls. Baby step 1 is to save up $1,000 emergency fund. Baby step 2 is to pay off consumer debt. The way you pay off this consumer debt is smallest to largest. So whatever your smallest debt is, $300 credit card, boom, pay that off. Chop it up, close the account. Close the account on my credit. Like, the thing is though, like, he doesn't believe in debt, so you don't need a credit score. The only way you need a credit score is if you get in debt. So if you're thinking you go through this process, oh, that's going to hurt my credit, he doesn't believe in debt. So this isn't really designed or based off of what is going to be the best for your credit. It's supposed to be the fastest way to build wealth. So smallest to largest, so $300 credit card, then you got a $1,000 personal loan, then you got a $5,000 car, and regardless of interest rate, the interest rate does not matter in this situation. This is more of a mental motivational thing. It's like, if you start off with the largest debt, but it's the lowest interest rate, it's like, oh, this is taking forever, why are we even doing it? Versus you like, all right, we got $500 paid off, then we got $1,500, then we got $2,000, then we got $5,000. It's like, it gets you motivated, it gets you hyped and pumped up, and then the money that you were using to go towards the $1,000 credit card, then you use that for the next one, then you pay that off, then you use all of that money. So this is called a debt snowball. So that's 2. 3 is to save up 3 to 6 months of expenses, and this is going to be your new emergency fund. So you're going to add on to that 1,000. So expenses being how much you spend a month on average. Like, you want to be able to live your same exact lifestyle for 3 to 6 months if something was to happen to you where you could not work or you did not have any income. So this includes entertainment, this includes bills, this includes insurance, all of that stuff. So you want to add that up, and then you want to have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. Baby step 4 is to put 15% in retirement. I believe this is 15% of your gross pay. This is your household income, 15% of your household income. So if you are married, it's not 15% for one spouse and then 15% for the other spouse. It's 15% combined. So if you have, you can do 10 and 5 or 7.5, 7.5, however you want to do it, and whichever way you can get the best match. Speaking of retirement, any company you have that matches your retirement, you definitely want to do that, because that's free money, and that's like, you instantly double your money. That's like the best investment you can get. So if your company does a company match, you definitely want to do that. Baby step 5 is to save for kids' college. I know a lot of people might disagree with that. They like, hey, what if I don't have kids? Well, how many kids do you think you're going to have? And do that. That's what I would say. I've never heard Ramsey say that, but that's what I would say. I'm like, hey, how many kids do you think you can have? When do you think you can have them? And then you anticipate it and then save for their kids' college. If you don't believe in paying for kids' college or kids to go to college, I say, me personally, I say save up money so your kid can start a business. Save up money so your kid can travel for a year. Save up money so your kid can get a down payment on a house. Save up money to start them to have a foundation so y'all can build wealth, and you just pass that down to the next to your next generation. Baby step 6 is to pay off your home early. So at this point, you're current on everything. You have no consumer debt. You have your 3 to 6 months emergency expenses. You're putting 15% towards retirement, and you're putting a fraction of your income towards the kids' college or whatever you want to save for your kids for. So now it's time to pay off your home early. At this point, you do not have a lot of expenses, and you should be having still have a good amount of your take-home pay remaining. So from what he says, the average person who does this program becomes a millionaire. They pay off their home in 7 years. So that maybe that should be the goal. Maybe you want to pay it off in 5. Maybe you want to pay it off in 10. But I would say somewhere between 5 and 10. Also, when you're purchasing a home, he says he doesn't believe in doing it in debt. But if you do purchase a home on debt, do it on a fixed rate at 15-year fixed mortgage. I don't know why he says to do that, but that's what he recommends. So baby step 6 is to pay off the home early, and ideally you want to do that within 7 years. And then finally, you are completely debt free. I would add, don't get back into debt. That's the thing. This is a program for people who do not believe in debt. And then baby step 7 is to build wealth and give. Now that you have no payment in the world, all of your income can just come in, and what are you doing with it? You're stacking it. You're building wealth, you're enjoying yourself. You definitely want to enjoy yourself. Now that you're in baby step 7, you have no debt. You easily have all your basics covered. You easily have your emergency fund if anything happens. So now you can enjoy yourself like tremendously, because nobody can take your home away now that you own it outright. And then you also want to give and be generous, just because now that you have money and people probably helped you along the way, so now you can help others. So that's what he recommends. That he is a Christian man, a God-fearing man. So that's what he wants you to do. He wants you to build wealth. He wants you to enjoy your money. He wants you to give your money to other people. So one thing that I did forget to mention is that when you're working these baby steps, when you're doing baby step 1, 2, and 3, up until you have your 3 to 6 months of emergency expenses, this is what gazelle intensity. So anything you can sell it. He says, sell so much stuff that you think the dog is going next, or you think the cat is going next. So, or the kids, you think, you're getting rid of so much toys and junk, and just free up all the space in your house. So sell as much as you can. He said only eat beans and rice. Do not see the inside of a restaurant unless you're eating there. Get a second job, get a third job, get a part-time job, get a side hustle, flip stuff, sell stuff, whatever you can do to get some extra money coming in, and rent out a spare room. So this is with gazelle intensity. And then once you have your emergency fund built up, that's when you can kind of pump off the brakes and then enjoy yourself a little bit more. But if you're still in debt, then maybe you don't need to be having as much fun and going out and partying and going to the club every weekend. Because what are you celebrating? You're in debt. You're just, like he says, the slave is borrowed to the lender. That's somewhere in the Bible. He says in a lot of his videos, the slave or the borrower is slave to the lender. You're a slave. You are a slave. So what do you want to be out partying and wasting your money and drinking and smoking and doing all this other stuff every weekend, every other weekend, spending money, wasting your money? So you definitely want to get out of debt, and you definitely want to save that. Now you having a cushion in your emergency fund, so that way you don't easily slip back into debt. And you want to do this with intensity. You want to get a goal, you want to set it, and you want to get there. So figure out how much money you can put towards your debt per month, and then work it and do it. And then it'll be even faster once you pick up them extra jobs. And then once you have your 6 months of emergency fund, that's when you can take your foot off the gas and you can kind of enjoy yourself a little bit more. And this is where a budget comes in handy. So that way you can know, okay, well, I put 15% in retirement. I save for kids' college. So we can do all of this stuff, and I can still spend $500 a month or $1,000 a month to leisure and I can still hit all of my goals. Because you don't want to be saving all of your money after baby step 3 and saving all, and then you go into intensity, and then you like, hey, well, when do I enjoy myself? Like you said, you only get one life, right? So eventually you do want to enjoy yourself, but you want to do it in the right way, because children do what feels good, adults devise a plan and follow it. Thank you for watching this video. These are Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps Explained. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe, and show love. Any questions or comments, please comment below. Thank you.